You stopped. You want to see me work. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dr. Z, that tarot teddy bear. Hopefully this message finds you well. Let's see what the card of the day is. The moon suggests mystery. The moon suggests psychic abilities. The moon suggests intuition. But at the same time, the moon suggests fear and deception and danger. So this card of the day could be suggesting to us that we need to look out for the hidden dangers in our lives. And we need to be conscious of the fears that are arising within ourselves and understand how those fears impact our decision making in life, in our daily lives. It's about understanding how the moon affects our mood and how our mood affects other people and decisions that we make. It's about, I believe the message of today is about being consciously aware of the impact of the moon and learning to, instead of being controlled by this tremendous power, learning how to avoid being controlled by it. I think the answer is self-control. I think the answer is using our intellect in order to navigate safely through the dangerous yet powerfully beautiful aspect of the moon today. The moon can be a beautiful, wonderful, transformative experience if you know how to work with it. It's a very feminine energy. It's associated with Cancer, so we know that we're dealing with our feelings and a depth of emotion. For Cancer is a realm of emotion and feelings, very deep. And the moon, as we know, affects the waters, the tides. Cancer is associated with water energy. Actually, all of our signs, we have Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, are water energy. And the moon affects this water energy in a very significant way. Water is very fluid. And so it is easily moved by the moon's influence. It is a celestial body that has significant impact upon our lives, whether we see it or not. And this gets to the point of the moon. The moon speaks of that unseen impact, that unseen influence that it has upon our individual and collective lives. And it is great. It can do wonders, but it also can create great harm. It is a very controlling force. It is a hidden force with tremendous power. I think the message for this particular card says, yes, this is a force of tremendous power and control, but the goal here is that you are not affected and controlled by this force, this hidden force, this unseen force, felt but unseen. So the goal is to be in control of it, or at least not being controlled by it. You controlling yourself in the midst of this energy that is hovering all around and about us. And it also speaks of the unconscious mind. Whenever this card comes up, I think of like jitters and nerves and, sometimes even paranoia. The card is associated with lunacy and madness. It is a force that can cause energies of disturbance. Sometimes you can't even name or express in words what it is that you may be feeling, but you know that there's something there. It could be your imagination. It could be that something that you can't necessarily verbally express in words, but it's there. It's hidden beneath, in the deep. It's there. And sometimes we feel it based upon the moon phases. Some of us feel it so strongly. We're like, what's going on? I feel something's I don't know what's going on, but I know something's going on. There's something not quite right. And it can be maddening, you know? But the goal here is to have control. It's about self-control. It's about conscious control. And once you have this conscious awareness and conscious control, then you can be able to, in a healthy, positive way, work with this power of the moon. The moon suggests to us in a mighty way, it's just intuition and psychic abilities. And so once you are able to look at things from an intellectual perspective and not be ruled by fear, then you can be able to cultivate this talent, this power of intuition to be able to inform your decisions and move through life in a healthy, effective way. So we think about how the moon affects the tides, but there is also an effect upon us as human beings. For what are we? We're over 70% water. And so whether or not it appears to us in a conscious sense, we are being affected. And so it's our job to be able to say, you know what, I'm not going to make decisions out of fear. I'm not going to make decisions that I have not really processed and thought through and thought of the implications. This is about coming to your center. This is about getting grounded when you feel the pull of the moon. It's also about being aware when the pull of the moon is coming. So the goal is to not be shaped by events and situations, but to shape them according to your highest good. It is only by coming into conscious balance that we can effectively navigate through this particular energy for today. Alright? So be aware of the fears, be aware of the moods, be aware of those things that may be bubbling under the surface. But do not let them rule you and to cause you to react in a way that is that could lead to your detriment. For the moon itself suggests that something is not as it appears to be. And in order to understand what that is, we must use our intellect and our intuition to understand on a deeper level what it is that is. Alright? So hopefully this message resonated with you today. The moon is a beautiful card, but it also can be a confusing card as well. So take your power. And if you need a reading specific, unique, special from me, yours truly, that Tarot Teddy Bear, make sure you go to my website at doxytarot.com, schedule your next session. If you want a Reiki session so we can get that energy aligned and get that chi flowing through you, make sure you go to my website and schedule your next Reiki session. Also, interested in my book, Tarot is a Healing Art? Haven't read it yet? Get your copy at tarotishealingart.com. Alright? Hopefully this message found you well. And as always, a safe journey. Ciao.